21 Things an Alpha Male Does. In this video, we'll talk about the alpha male, what he looks like, and how to get more like him. Everyone knows at least one alpha. And everyone seems to want to date him or be him, but why? What mysterious things about the alpha male make him so hard to resist? What is an alpha male? The alpha male is the leader of the pack by birth. He is often the face of companies, bands, brands, and groups of friends. Oxford Languages says that alpha is a man who tends to be the leader or boss in social or professional situations. In the animal world, the alpha male is the leader of a group of animals. We usually think of wolves and their pack leader when we hear this idea, but it can also be seen in the way people act and interact. When you read alpha male, you probably thought of someone, but alpha male traits can be misunderstood. People often think of the dominant bully who leads by fear as the alpha male, but he doesn't have the right traits. Let's look at the true alpha male and the signs that will help you find him. 21 Things an Alpha Male Does. Here are a few things that most alpha men have in common. He's sure of himself. The alpha male doesn't act arrogant. He has faith. He seems sure of himself because he knows what he's worth. This doesn't mean he never feels scared or worried. He just believes that people will love, respect, and care for him because of who he is. Most alpha males have or have learned to have a secure attachment type. Their every move shows that they are safe in the world and happy in their bodies. He's happy with himself, and it's clear. 2. He is confident, but not aggressive. The alpha male likes to take action. He won't just sit there and wait for someone else to do something. He sees what needs to be done and volunteers to do it. People often think that alpha males are just aggressive leaders. But a real alpha male doesn't have to be aggressive. He knows the difference between being aggressive and being assertive, and his morals tell him to act without trying to force others to do what he wants. He is the one who takes the lead, speaks up for others, or says what he thinks without waiting to see if it will be a popular opinion. 3. He makes a choice. The alpha male is also sure of what to do. He's not indecisive, and he doesn't look for approval before making a choice. He knows what he wants and isn't afraid to say what he thinks. This doesn't mean that he will step on other people to get there. The alpha male can say what he thinks without assuming that everyone will agree with him. He's old enough to be able to agree to disagree without letting other people change his mind. He makes decisions because he stays informed and knows himself, not because of peer pressure or anything else. 4. He was born to lead. The alpha male is the leader of the pack because that's how he was born. People look to him as a leader because he is sure of himself and speaks up for himself. He likes to lead and knows he's good at it, so he'll even look for leadership positions to use his skills. Even though he is naturally strong, that doesn't mean he thinks everyone else is weak. He's the kind of leader people like to follow because he's reasonable, kind, charismatic, and willing to roll up his sleeves and help. He's not a middle manager who doesn't know as much as the people he's supposed to lead. 5. He expects a lot from himself. The alpha male expects a lot from himself. He knows himself and his values well. It's also not just talk. He follows them. You might think the alpha male has no flaws, but he does. One of them is that he can be way too hard on himself and hold himself to impossible standards. His hard work and high standards can lead to burnout if he doesn't take care of himself and keep track of his workload. Even if he sometimes seems like a superhuman to the rest of us, he may need to be reminded from time to time that he's just a normal person. 6. He has high standards for others. His high standards also apply to other people, and he has to be careful not to be too harsh with them if they don't meet them. The alpha male doesn't think the world is just like him, but he does expect a lot from the people around him. On the plus side, this tends to motivate other people to do more and do it better, but it can also make other people feel bad about themselves. His high expectations are not a criticism. He just sees the best in others and believes in their potential. This has to be balanced by compassion, or he will be disappointed by people all the time. 7. He gets things done. The alpha male is known for how much work he gets done. He's the one who gets things done, not just the one who comes up with ideas and lets other people do the work. He gets things done, and he doesn't wait around for someone to tell him to get started. He does so well in life for a reason. He doesn't sit around and wait for life to happen. He is getting things done. It's one of the many good things about him. 8. He's into fitness. The alpha male doesn't just sit around all day. He is interested in fitness and takes care of himself. Even though he might become a mirror-obsessed gym rat, Most alpha males can focus on fitness without turning into total narcissists. They want to stay active and healthy. He usually has goals that go beyond his career and his relationships. He also wants to get in shape. He won't be the type to do anything until his health is in danger before he acts. He's too busy to let it get to that point. 9. He tries with how he looks. He doesn't just care about getting fit. He also works hard on how he looks. He doesn't make a good first, second, third, etc. impression by accident. He takes care of his hygiene, what he wears, and how he looks to the rest of the world. This doesn't always mean that he cares about his status. He just tries to look good because he likes how it makes him feel. He won't show up for a first date looking like a total slob, because he wants to show that he put some thought into it. 10. He's done well. The alpha male is successful because he has all of these great traits. With his charm and willingness to get things done, he gets things done and gets other people to join in on the mission. He usually has good relationships, a good job, and is liked by most of the people he meets. People who aren't on his level can get jealous of his success, but he's not bragging about it. He does well not because life gives him everything he wants, but because he works hard. Even though he was born into a privileged family, he doesn't take it for granted and doesn't expect anything to be given to him without him earning it first. 11. He doesn't give up. The alpha male keeps fighting. His focus on his goals makes him very determined. Even though his high standards can make him seem stubborn and unwilling to give in, he's just very loyal. He doesn't mind working hard for something if he thinks it will be worth it. The good news is that this is true for more than just his fitness goals and career. He also tries to get along with people. The alpha male knows that good friends and romantic relationships are hard to come by and are worth the work it takes to keep them going. He doesn't give up easily on good things, and he lets the people in his life know he's all in, whether it's a romantic commitment or an invitation to join his inner circle. 12. He knows himself. The alpha male doesn't think he is perfect. He's sure that he's not. He knows himself well enough to see his flaws, but that's not all he does. He is working hard to become a better person. This isn't the kind of guy who will tell you all of his flaws and expect you to move on. He is the one who can say sorry when he makes a mistake and make up for it. Even though he's not perfect, he's a good man who tries not to make the same mistakes again. 13. He's intelligent. The person who is the alpha male in your life is smart. It's one of the most attractive things about him. He doesn't only talk about things that don't matter much. He's interesting, interested, and has a lot of thought. He can talk in depth about your interests or his own, and he doesn't wait for someone else to take the lead. You won't have to talk about work and the weather with this guy for hours on end. He has other things on his mind and will tell you about them. Even though he has strong opinions, he can also learn new things and change his mind when presented with facts that contradict his previous ideas. 14. He knows how to deal with his feelings. The alpha male is smart in more ways than just school. He knows how to deal with his feelings. He can quickly figure out what's going on in a room, and he often makes other people feel more at ease. Even though less confident friends might make fun of him for being so sensitive, he knows that it's important to be kind. The alpha male can be a good friend and partner if he knows how to deal with his feelings. He might not always say or do the right thing, but he can tell when something is wrong and won't ignore it. 15. He always tells the truth. Being honest and brutally honest is not the same thing. The alpha male doesn't think it's necessary to be mean, but he is always honest. He doesn't tell his friends what they want to hear, just what they need to hear. He says what's true, but he does it nicely. Even though the truth can hurt, the alpha in your life won't hurt you with it and not care about how it makes you feel. He is more likely to tell you the truth while understanding that what he says might upset you. If he thinks your new romantic partner is bad news, he probably won't sugarcoat it, but he won't be a jerk about it either. He wants to get to the top of the ladder. Alpha males work hard to get to the top. They work hard and have goals, which helps them get where they want to go. The alpha in your life won't waste time at a job that doesn't mean anything to him. He has plans, and he's working to make them come true. He is not successful just because he is handsome and charming. He works hard to get what he has, and he gets things done. When you add his natural drive to his strong ambition, it's not surprising that he becomes the leader that everyone else follows. 17. It's easy for him to find partners. The alpha male is happy on his own, but finding a partner is easy. How could he not? He is smart and kind, takes good care of himself, is confident without being arrogant, and has some strong core values. When it comes to love and romance, he will be liked by a lot of people. But that doesn't mean he'll settle for just anyone. Even though he might get a lot of interest, the alpha male will only date someone who fits into his life. He wants to find someone who shares his interests and values and who can fit into the life he's planning. Some alphas look for a beta who is happy to play a supporting role, but others want another alpha to be a full partner in the relationship. It depends on what kind of life he wants and what he wants in the long run. 18. He's very nice. Everywhere he goes, the alpha makes everyone like him. It's a kind of charisma that comes from him and that he can't just turn off. Part of it is being diplomatic, and part of it is just being a good person. Everyone likes to be around him because he is smart about people and cares about them. People who are insecure and feel threatened by him are, of course, the only ones he can't win over. You can't make everyone happy. You aren't tacos. People who aren't as confident, secure, and successful as him are likely to get annoyed by him, but it's not because of anything he does. He might not even know about it. Most people find him charming unless they have problems that aren't his fault. 19. He is nice. Kindness is one of the most important traits of a true alpha. So, a person who is always bossy and in charge can never really be an alpha. Alphas don't rule with an iron fist. Instead, they do it with kindness and natural leadership. The alpha takes care of his group. He will play to his strengths, point out the strengths of others, and help people where they are weakest. He doesn't need to make anyone look bad to make himself look good. That isn't an alpha move, and he'd never think of doing it. 20. He's modest. The alpha male is humble, even though he is the best. He doesn't use social media to brag humbly. He is so sure of himself that he doesn't need to brag about anything. If he talks about his success, it's in a simple way that doesn't usually make people upset. The real alpha isn't the guy on the dating app who talks about how great he is and all the things he has done. He doesn't think you need to know everything about him. He is proud of his work but doesn't need to brag about it. He works well with others. Alphas are usually the best at what they do, but they also make great team players. Because the alpha doesn't think he has to do everything himself. He knows how to give tasks to other people and play to their strengths. Because he knows he's not perfect, he knows how to admit his flaws and step aside when someone else might do a better job. When the team wins, everyone wins. This is something the alpha male knows. He doesn't want praise for himself at the expense of everyone else. Life isn't a competition, but if it were, the alpha male would have no problem giving out participation trophies so everyone could feel good about themselves. He doesn't need an award to feel like the best because he doesn't compare himself to anyone else. But your personality type is usually something you were born with. You could be a beta with some alpha traits, or you could be more of a delta with some alpha traits. The thing about personality types is that there isn't one that's better than the others, though the alpha role is a sought-after one. Every person has a place in society and a set of benefits that come with it. Just like not everyone can lead, not everyone can follow. If we all did the same thing, life would be pretty crazy. The alpha is attractive because he is confident in himself and his role. He is good at it because he knows who he is. He's just acting like himself. Yes, someone else could develop these traits, but the alpha male has learned that the best thing we can all do is play to our strengths, work on our weaknesses, and learn to work as a team.